Hey, everybody, between the visiting Houston, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Divisional round Saturday, and we've got an A.
You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off. Get your guys healed up.
First of 4 berths in the conference championship. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24 on a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. On first down, Watson got it.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates. And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Check 26.
And to give this time to the tailback. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because his feeling was good, solid performance, did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but he definitely would like to see some improvement in this week's game.
They always want improvement, don't they?
They certainly do.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. He stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Throwing again on second down. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. A shotgun snap for Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Clayton. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On 4th down, Matt Nagy willing to settle for 3. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game. Game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
This is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Richards. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 33.
Chance. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Championships, baby. Hatchet. He's checking. Crash.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
This will be caught at about the 6. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Back to throw. Richards to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Sack City, baby.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This is an easy one, 23-yarder.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Texans 7, Raiders 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They'll run on first down. Hudson, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone. Can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play from and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Watson, off play action. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
On 3rd down, Watson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Russell. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. To throw is Watson. Able to find Isabella. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Buddy up. Mike, 59, Mike. Check, 59. Watch the pass. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd down. Richards. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Irv Smith Jr., 52 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone. Terrific play.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Get him, boy!
The Texans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Clayton. 23 yards on the play.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On first down, it's Hudson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And the pressure gets to him again. Maurice Hurst. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. This one caught by Isabella. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Matt Nagy willing to settle for 3. From the left hash, this from 37. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And I think a little bit forced the field goal.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richards. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mike 59.
first down. Richards. That's complete to McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Richards. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Jim. Check 43. Alert 3.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Operating from the gun, Richards. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Good stuff. Keep doing it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens squaring off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Check, ready. 6 yards. 59. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's get set. 19. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Silver.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. On the crossing route, complete. That's May. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Check the backer.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hudson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And again this time to the tailback. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Richards. And an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Richards. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On fourth down, Richards. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Richards. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Throwing on first down, Richards. And he finds a man with a crossing route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, watch the left, watch the left.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Richards. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterbacks. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Operating from the gun, Richards looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Richards buying time to it. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down,
and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not. Returnable, it's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. That ball complete to Isabella. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Richards. And he whips that one incomplete there. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down. Richards looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, Richards. And that's caught by Smith. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Operating from the gun, Richards. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
After review of the play,
it took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Watson of the Texans now. Down 24-20, just under 2 minutes to go. It's got to be a touchdown here, and that won't be easy. On the road, in the playoffs, as they've got it with a 1st down. Watson. Throw left side complete. That's May. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Down to lose one.
He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's May. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. The hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. From the 50, it's Watson. They're making... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Watson now to throw. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's another big shot dodge there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson, he's going to let it. That's caught at the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back to throw.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down again. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touch.